All right, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Bahamut, your caster. Keep looking over at my levels like, we're good, we got audio, we got mic. Yes, we do. This is going to be a Division B matchup. This is going to be first pick Nova on the left. Hopefully we get a first pick Nova. And on the right, we are going to have Modo Miracle. And excited about this game because I was actually looking at a couple people in the lobby and I was like, oh, I know that name. I've seen that name before. So some familiar faces. Also, I just want to shout out really quick. Ghost Dunk is actually on the other team. I didn't realize that. He's on Modo Miracle. So this is... I said other team as if everyone was just like, yeah, the other team. You know, the team that I'm not playing. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this draft. We'll talk about the map bans really quickly. Coin Flip was won by First Pick Nova. They went ahead and banned out Infernal Shrines. Curse Hollow was banned out then by the members of Modo Miracle, as we have first map being chosen by First Pick Nova is going to be this Dragonshire, and then Volskaya Foundry will be game number 2. So Maya going to be banned out first here. I don't disagree with that. It's extremely strong. A lot of good setup into some of these fights, especially when you have such tight corridors. And speaking of tight corridors, this is one of those great heroes for that is Malfurion. There's a lot of good poke that can come out him with for the Moonfire, the Strangling Roots area of effect that I've seen some people go for, and I think it could be pretty powerful. Is it the right tone? No, it's the 4 upgrade, I'm pretty sure. Either way, I like this draft so far. It's looking strong, at least for the members of Modo Miracle. At least, I mean, just support-wise, I really enjoy the Malfurion. In the counter sense, though, Alexstrasza is really powerful in a map like this. Point control is really where she succeeds. The other thing to consider, too, is the Stukov, offering quite a bit in the zoning potential, as well as the pustule spread to multiple members. Then you have the Lurking Arm for some follow-up, some chase. I do like that as well, but Malfurion offering quite a bit. This 1-2 pick, though, on the side of first pick Nova. I feel like it's a Gambit. So there's the Stukov. And then I honestly, without the Garrosh, I kind of like an ETC here. It starts out the draft pretty strong. Ooh, but they're going to be grabbing a Phoenix. Okay. Phoenix is actually, I would say, fairly versatile in comparison to what my Hero League members were saying earlier this weekend? Yeah, Sunday, I guess you could say. Oh. Something's not updating. Sorry. I'm getting notifications on my phone. I'm like, wait, but stream labels? Come on now. Get it together. But the Phoenix, someone I was playing Hero League with, and this is also Silver, was just like, oh, Phoenix is such garbage. I'm like, totally. Like, no. It's not garbage. But I do like the start from the members of First Pick Nova. Looks like Modo Miracle, though, going to be looking at that Hanzo. Really good poke. The vision he provides, as well as the scatter arrow, is extremely powerful. There's a lot of versatility with his build, I do think. So I definitely will enjoy that. And then we're going to be getting an ETC on top of that. A lot of good setup. I'm curious to see what they're going to be picking up here on the side of Modo Miracle for their kind of their closer, if you will. They have a lot of good setup for some damage, but I just think they need a little bit more burst if they're going to go for a little bit of... I wouldn't say it's divey. I don't really know. I don't know how to categorize that just yet. I mean, they've got a strong start to this. And that's what I'm trying to look at. Party Boy Corey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying the stream. But we are going to be having the Blaze band out, and that was the one thing I was like, all right, so what do they need? They do need a solo laner, and they need that kind of finishing damage at this point. And in comparison on the other side, they need a main tank, and taking Diablo out here is extremely powerful. Works really well with the Stukov. The other thing, too, is there are a lot of places you can get a ton of value with that Shadow Charge. And if you also go into rotations, that can be a huge factor between that bottom and mid. And it's one of those things that you often do see on a map like this is just that mid to bottom rotation, with top lane just being really, really strong solo laners. And speaking of kind of that rotation, I really wouldn't be too opposed to see a Thrall from either team. I actually think either or could benefit quite a bit from it. I wonder if though... Okay, so this is just something I want to kind of like side note. So Purification Salvo gets bonus damage to people who are slowed. There's the Thrall, okay. And Joanna as well. I was going to say, do you try and build around a lot more heroes that have slowing aspects in their kit? for example, Joanna, she gets, even then, like, I don't see it get completed very often, but the overall, what is it? It's like the level 7 talent where you can actually, where you get the increased slow off of your Q, right? Shield is blind is E, W is condemn, Q is, I think, the slow, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, there's an, you know, the level 7 talent's pretty powerful if you can stack it up. But let's talk about finishing damage. Let's also talk about how First Pick Nova does not have a cleanse. There's no Blaze to even take out that. They're going to need a solo laner at this time. They've got the Joanna. What's going to be going into that Sonya? I think, ooh, I like the idea of a Dahaka here personally. I think the sustain into Sonya is actually viable, and I think you can have a nice back and forth. At least that's my opinion. I know a lot of people are just like... Unfortunately, all right, I'm just going to do this. This is just for you, Kriv. That's for you, Kriv. Just for you. Just for you, Kriv. All right, all right, let's go ahead and get this rounded out. I honestly like the idea of the Dahaka. I think the global aspect is really powerful for them. If they do go into a like an ETC with the stage dive, I think that could be extremely powerful as like kind of a counter to that global. They're gonna be picking up the Tracer. Same Basil. Glad to see you in chat cheering on your friendly team. I already got one cheering out for Modo Miracle. Last pick Tracer, though. This is interesting. So that means the Thrall is probably going to solo lane with, I'm assuming, like, Echo. Love that mug. Oh, really? Oh my god, my IT crowd mug. Yeah. Phenomenal. Let's get into this. I'm too distracted, but either way, let's have some fun. Game 1 between these two teams. So Thrall will probably go into that Sonya. I'm a little worried about that. Overall, though, their fight is extremely strong. That Chromie could be devastating. That's something I'm a little worried about, to be honest. I don't know who to give this over to. I think into the later half of the game, Modo Miracle is extremely powerful. The early half, I think if First Pick Nova has a lot of good aspects and fight and damage. I'm just worried about their later half of the game. That's the only thing that I'm kind of unsure about myself. I don't know. We're going to find out in just a second, though. I keep going back and forth between these two teams. I'm just like, who really comes out on top? Let's find out here as we load in. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having First Pick Nova with Steely on the Stukov. Tech going to be on the Tracer. Jet going to be on that Thrall. Larson going to be on the Phoenix. And rounding it out with Mongoose on the Joanna. And on the right-hand side, we are going to be having Modo Miracle with Zombie Chris on that ETC. Arik going to be on the Hanzo. Sir Sean Sheep, I'm going to struggle with that, is going to be on the Malfurion. Marad going to be on the Chromie, and rounding it out with Ghost Dunk on that Sonya. Let's get into this.
Let the battle begin.
6 Destroyer. Hello, Modo. That's good. I like that. And right out the gate, we're going to be getting Mongoose getting hit with the Sonic Arrow. Just perfect accuracy right away. We are going to be having that echoed elements from the Thrall for that top lane, so definitely going to be in that solo lane into that Sonya. We do have... level 1 questing for the Phoenix. Not target practice. I'm trying to remember the talent off the top of my head, but we do have a power slide in onto Tech here. Will be the recall out from Tech. There is going to be a root slowing them down for just a second, but Zombie Chris will be just fine. Hanzo in this bottom lane, and I just want to check this really quickly. Advanced targeting. That's what it is. And speaking of Hanzo talents that I'm missing up, or twisting them up. Either way, we're going to be having the redemption on the Hanzo, so going to be stacking that up for the extra auto attack speed. We're only going to be working on those baseline stacks. Also taking the questing talent off of the regen globes at 1, which is the Time Walker's Pursuit. Going to be having 12 stacks already, though, so already looking fairly good on the the Q stacks as we have a silence going on to the ZTC. No power slide, but they will be able to find the edge of that silence circle. Able to get out of there. Zombie Chris not going to be falling anytime soon in this fight. Peeking, though, up into top lane really quickly. Jet versus Ghost Dunk. Jet a little bit low on that mana, and this is the one thing that I was talking about with the Dahaka. I think that, you know, the Dahaka has a little bit more clear into the Sonya, so it has options to, if need be, go back and get that mana, burrow back in. And that's kind of the aspect of what I was thinking about going into this, and I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I'm just saying into the Sonya, it could be devastating, and it's looking like Sonya's going to be pushing up quite a bit. Going back, though, into this bottom lane where all the fun is going to be happening. We do have this camp being picked up by the members of First Pick Nova as they're having that meeting up with this Siege Giants in bottom, but bottom's going to be held over as well as top. No one in mid to collect at this time. We do have the Pulse Rock Bomb going to be going out on Zombie Chris, not going to be getting the kill. Mongoose a little bit low here. Those Bronze Talons from Mara doing quite a bit of damage, and Mongoose will be getting some sand dumped on them. Looks like they're going to the beach as it's going to be a kill picked up. They're going to hold over bottom. No one really in this position to grab this just yet. Hanzo going to be making that rotation. Not sure if they're going to be able to delay that out. And it looks like actually top will be held over fairly well. They're going to have poke in mid from Tech, as well as Astiel. Ahastili? It's Astili. Or I'm saying completely wrong, and it's like, we're not even going to try it. Either way, Zombie Chris and Mara are going to be holding down this bottom lanes. We do actually get the Malfurion rotating into mid to help out Arik here. Sir Sean Sheep going to just do the best they can, making sure that Arik doesn't get low on health, as there's going to be a rotation cut out on the Mongoose. No combo coming out from Chromie just yet. Sitting at 15 out of those 60 stacks. We do have Power Slide going through, going to be connecting another one as we do continue to get some damage out onto these members. They will be starting to hold over bottom. Astili going to be taking quite a bit from that Chromie Sandblast. Excuse me, from the Dragon's Eye. This Sure Son Sheep is going to be falling a little bit low. ETC going to get that knockback as Zombie Chris trying to make sure they do get the time trap onto Mongoose, making sure they're not getting out, but Phoenix going to be getting smacked down by Zombie Chris's Guitar Axe there, and that is going to be a kill. They get the root. That is the Unstoppable procced, and they're going to go ahead and get through the gate. Not going to be taking any damage because the Iron Skin was there, but they do hold over this mid now. Once again, though, Tech still being that mid lane, poking into Arc. This is going to be Overwatch versus Overwatch, and Jack going to be trying to take this over in top. Ghost Dunk going to be trying to contest it, but it looks like actually Tracer, I missed this completely. Am I the only one seeing Hero flickering? Okay. I didn't notice it. My mistake if it happened. Sorry about that. That perplexed me for a second that the Hanzo was able to grab that. I thought Tracer had the mid lane, but either way, that is going to be first Dragonite picked up on the side of Modo Miracle. They actually lost their ETC in this bottom lane, as we do also have the Thrall. I just want to put nice. Is going to be finishing that Echoed Elements very early into this game, sub 5 minutes. So going to be having that extra damage, I do believe. No, it's the extra lightning, reduced mana cast, and second charge. There we go. That's what it is. This back and forth though in top lane is phenomenal, as we do currently have the Dragonite in mid lane. Just open it up a little bit, not going too far. Ark going to be able to back right out of here. Rest of the team going to be kind of floating around the area. Some poke damage going to be coming out from Marad there. 10's not achieved for either team. They're getting fairly close. We actually have Mongoose getting caught into that. The Power Slide going to be coming out as well, but Zombie Chris in a bad spot, as it looks like Tech will be able to pick up that kill. That is actually going to be the Phoenix dying in counterpart. Ooh, Tech getting sniped there, sorry. All right, we do currently have Ghost Dunk in this top lane versus Jet. Getting pushed back a little bit, having to tap that well. We do actually have the Thrall rotating down at this point, though. Mara going to be going ahead and getting that clear into mid, as we do have ETC coming back fairly soon. We actually do have, this is the one thing I want to know in draft, and I did know in draft, the temporal loop from Chromie, excuse me, down there. There isn't anyone to cleanse, or there isn't anything to deal with it. For example, you'll see sometimes like a Blaze, everyone can just jump into, or whoever needs to, you know, get out of there just fine. Mara going to be finding, okay, Jet going to just play away from the gate. The B-step's coming out too. Confidence. As it looks like some more poke will come out, not going to be connecting. We do have this Bruiser Camp being picked up by the members of First Pick Nova. That'll be funneling into the top lane fairly soon. And I do have to compliment them on their ability to rotate around, make sure they have camp pressure, and they're doing the smart thing right now. They're not laning out too far. 10s were achieved by the members of Modo Miracle, so First Pick Nova doesn't want to realistically stagger a death here, give over more experience gain. So they're just playing, you can see by their gates, they're letting the waves crash into them to get 10s themselves. Nothing too out of the ordinary at this time. I think it was the Quantum Spike, if I'm not mistaken, from the Tracer. Massive Shove. We actually have the Meme Beam, or no, I don't know the talent icons as well as I thought I did. It's Purification Salvo, and that's actually, excuse me, going to be the ETC falling in bottom lane. It looks like Sir Sean Sheep might get chased down by Tech here. I don't know if they can do anything about this. That will be Tracer getting that kill, staggering a death, and that's actually huge for the members of First Pick Nova, as this will be the Dragon Knight phase starting. They have 2 members down on the side of Modo Miracle, so First Pick Nova is able to rotate around the map. Now, Ghost Dunk will be holding this out in top, just grabbing this. I don't know, do they try and fight this? Doesn't look like it. Just really quickly, though, to go through 10 talents for you guys. We do have the Blessed Shield from the Joanna, Planet Cracker. I wish. Sundering from the Thrall, Purification Salvo on the Phoenix. We will be having that Quantum Spike from the Tracer, and Massive Shove on the Stukov. As Zombie Chris is going to get rooted, and some damage is going to be coming out from Tech. The Condemn in from Mongoose here. Jet potentially going to be able to get this. The Quantum Spike is going to be enough, and they actually get the kill onto the ETC, and they follow up with a kill onto the Malfurion. That will be the top lane, though, held over by Ghost Dunk at this point, so they don't get the channel into the Dragon that they're looking for. But once again, they pick up 2 kills on the side of First Pick Nova, and maybe make it 3 as Ghost Dunk tries to spin out of this. Purification Salvo coming out. That is a lot of damage, and it will be enough to get the Sonya. They go ahead and they pick up the top, but this is the best part about this map. It's going to be Hanzo grabbing this bottom. So before they can really get the channel onto this bottom will be capped over, they're going to need to dedicate some assets down to this to make sure they can get this back. But at this time, we do have the majority of the team back. Ark going to be finishing that level 1 questing talent. That redemption going to be done. Those stacks will be benefiting that Hanzo quite a bit here. I'm just trying to like skim through talents really quickly as well. See if anything pops out to me, as we do have the Power Slide coming out from Zombie Chris. The majority of the cooldowns the majority of the heroics are available for teams here. Actually, more so on the side of Modo Miracle. But it doesn't look like the members of First Pick Nova are going to be getting that Dragon Knight that they're looking for, as Tracer went into that mid, but Sonya going to be in that top lane once again. Temporal Loop going to be going out onto the Thrall, not going to be enough for the kill. Power Slide going to be coming out onto from Zombie Chris, and that Massive Shove denying any potential mosh pit, because it looked like they were setting themselves up there for one. I do believe there was a root right underneath, so that would have been perfect. We do have some siege coming out. They're trying to poke out onto the Stukov here. Larson just going to go ahead and open this up a little bit more for themselves. Meanwhile, though, just top lane, it's going to be once again Jet versus Ghost Dunk. Going to scout it out with that Wolf. Ark going to be jumping over the wall. Actually, not even jumping over. Going to get the... God, these Hanzos with these, like the Sonic arrows are so good. I've casted so many of them. I'm just like, man, I wish I could do that. Granted, though, I don't play enough Hanzo to probably practice it. But either way, this is going to be potentially 3rd Dragonite. I think 3rd Dragonite for the members of Modo Miracle? Or is this 2nd? I can't remember. Either way, quite a bit going to be happening here, as we do have Tech getting... Ooh, a nice sign's going to be coming out from Malfurion. The root will be there onto Tech. Not going to be picking up the kill that they're looking for. Ghost Dunk actually going to be trying to get that cap. Not going to be enough, as their Mosh Pit did come out. That will be the Purification Salvo. Connecting onto a few members here. No kill just yet. Hanzo are going to be stunning out a couple of them. We do currently have Tracer falling at this time. Larson a little bit low as well. Sonic Arrow going to be getting that vision onto a couple of members. That will be the Joanna falling, as Jet rotates down, denying them any sort of cap onto this. That will be the Sundering coming out. Follow up onto the Hanzo. Some poke damage is going to be out from the Throw with that Chain Lightning, but it's not going to be the kill that they really want. They want to just, pick up that extra and even out this back and forth, as they ended up getting 2 kills on the side of Modo Miracle, only losing that ETC, who is already going to be back here. At this point, this potentially could be another Dragonite for the members of Modo Miracle, as Jet delays out bottom here. Hanzo going to be getting that vision. Rest of the team going to be coming in at this point. They have the cap onto this. But I don't know if they can rotate someone into position in time, as Zombie Chris is back, rotating with the rest of the team. Dragon Knight available, but no one to really cap it, as also Phoenix will be denying the top lane on top of that. Sonya just going to be clearing out this top lane push, as we do have 4 members of First Pick Nova going to be holding mid lane, looking for that 16 talent tier advantage, maybe even take a fight. That's when they can maybe get their Dragon Knight. So it looks like they're going to be going ahead and collapsing on this bottom. They haven't scouted this out yet. Chromie will kind of show with that Q blast there, but not going to be in time to get any sort of counter onto this camp. This is the time they really kind of want to take the fight. This is sub 16. Pustro going to be kind of pre-spreading out to the members of First Pick Nova there. Not going to be getting any sort of fight they're looking for, and that will be 16s achieved on the side of First Pick Nova. Modo Miracle going to have to rotate around, play this a little bit safe. Larson potentially getting caught out here. Has the blink potential? Is blink available? Maybe. No shielding. Power slide forward. Ouch. That is going to be the Phoenix falling. Thrall going to be holding over top. Bottom is going to be held over as well. This fight is going to be breaking out in mid. They have the potential to cap this Dragon Knight on the side of First Pick Nova. They're going to need to play this kind of smart here, as they do have Ghost Dunk jumping onto that top point. Sir Sean Sheep is going to be holding out just this mid area, making sure that anyone who tried to get onto it, they had that kind of poke from the Moonfire, as well as the roots to maybe even collapse onto one member. Tech going to be scouting out in these bushes. Mongoose going to be there. The Condemn will go out. Knockback from the ETC. 16's achieved for both teams here, as it looks like this will be a fair fight, and we're just going to be having these teams playing around this mid area. Zedek, you're right on that one. First Pick Nova had 5v2 at one point and could not get Dragon. That's rough. Sound's going to be coming out from the Stukov. First Pick Nova has the availability for another Dragonite here. Temporal Loop going to be coming out onto the Stukov. That is a whole lot of blow up, and they will be losing their healer, as Mongoose is going to go ahead and go into this. There is going to be the Sundering coming out. So much damage coming out from the Purification Salvo. That will be 3-4 members going to be falling, as it is going to get it. That is going to be... These teams... Thank you. Thank you so much. They're going to go ahead and grab this Dragonite and push down into bottom lane. They'll be able to take out this fort, create a little bit more pressure in the bottom lane as well for themselves, for their friendly team. And the reason I really like this play is because holding over top lane and bottom lane, I think, are really, really important on Dragonshire, especially the wells. The lane sustain is one of the most important things, I think, on this map. And taking that out makes bottom lane so much harder for the members of Modo Miracle to contest any sort of future Dragonites. I don't think they're going to try and end off this, mostly because of the fact that everyone's back. They're full on health. You have Chromie poking out this entire time. It's not worth risking anything more than just, pushing up, opening up the gate. And you can see that they're just going to rotate around. They're going to go ahead and grab this mid lane, push this out as well. They get some sand dumping out. Ghost Dunk going to be diving in with the Wrath Berserker. That will be kicked away. Spear going to be going through that wall with that mythical spear there. As we do have another fort falling at this time. Chromie going to be dumping a bunch of sand out onto a couple of those members, but also noting as well, finishing that baseline stat there just now. So having those extra shots, that extra shot every single time is going to be huge for the members of Modo Miracle. But the thing is, there's currently a 2-level deficit. Map is starting to really open up for the members of First Pick Nova, and I think this is really where we're going to start seeing some momentum from either team. I think some of the next team fights will really start to set the pacing. So far, we've had kind of, I wouldn't say a back and well, no, you could basically say a very back and forth game. Dragonites, some kills back and forth here and there, but I wouldn't call this a big old. I wouldn't call the deficit as big as it looks, as we do have a huge fight breaking out. Modo Miracle going to be falling at this time. We do lose the ETC. Silence going to be coming out from Sure Sean Sheep. Not going to be connecting, I think, on any members. Blink out. They want to get a little bit closer here as they're starting to chase a couple of these members. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to capture any. We have Ghost Dunk getting over the wall with that mythical spear. Mongoose going to get poked out by that Chromie. But at this point, it looks like they're going to go ahead and just get into that top lane, clear that as best they can. I don't think they're going to take any sort of aggressive fights. They're going to go ahead and actually take the camp here. But what I want to say is, like, my complete theory on this is backwards. Like, I was thinking that the late game was going to be extremely strong for Modo Miracle, and the late game from First Pick Nova was going to be a little bit weaker, and it's actually quite the opposite. At least how it's looking, Modo Miracle looked extremely strong in the early game, whereas I was saying First Pick Nova would. So it's this backwards is... you know, my guess was completely wrong. But the other thing too is, I mean, it's surprising how well they're playing this, especially that Thrall into the Sonya looked like it. I guess they were just like, you'll struggle a little bit, but we just need to get it to a little bit of a later half game. Confirmed, first pick Nova doesn't use comms. That's a plausibility. I would be confused because it's like built into the game. Or someone was just so passionate they were just like, get it. Either way, we're going to be having this camp being picked up by the members of First Pick Nova. Going to create a little bit more map pressure. Now, they have 20 advantage here. Dragonite is going to be popping up. Mongoose looks like they're going to be trying to chase in the fight a little bit here, forcing some of these members back. Are they going to try and get some catapult pressure in bottom? As we do have, I want to note really quickly, Mongoose dropped so much health during just that little bit as just getting poked out by Mara there. Oh, the Sonya. A lot of damage coming out. A lot of actually abilities being used here, but no kill. We had Blessed Shield, Sunder, as well as Quantum Spike come out from 3 members of First Pick Nova. They weren't able to commit to the Sonya kill. But I gotta say, the other thing too is Sonya's got, I would say, in her current kit, was it Battle Rage? No. Yeah, it's Battle Rage. So Battle Rage is huge. Then you've also got Nerves of Steel on top of that. Like, Sonya's a little bit hard to like dive in, especially that close to the gate. Now there was the, you know, the stun. There was a lot there, but it was just so much that it wasn't enough for that kill. So we do currently have bottom being held over. They're just trying to delay this as long as possible. You'll see Ghost Dunk and the rest of the team rotating up into this top, going to be trying to delay this out as long as possible. Just force these 5-man rotations between bottom and top and bottom and top. And while they're doing this, you can see ETCs, you know, getting a little experience from this mid lane. Meanwhile, Sonya will probably be able to get a little bit from this top. They want to work their way into 20s as quick as possible without taking a team fight. And that will be top lane held over as they do have the 5-man coming out into this bottom lane from the members of First Pick Nova. Now, the other thing to note, too, is that the members of Modo Miracle need to get into this bottom lane, I wouldn't say as quickly as possible, but they need to get someone down here like this Hanzo to go ahead and get the burn onto this camp. Looks like they're going to wait a couple seconds. Ooh, this is... Okay, so they're going to go ahead and actually split their team? I don't think they can get the cap on this in time. Joanna might... No, there's no way they'd sacrifice Joanna this late into the game. That wouldn't work. That will be, though, Larson not be able to get that pickup as they go ahead and they just rotate a couple members into this top lane. Go ahead and start on this fort, just making it a little bit harder for them to play these lanes as it looks like Joanna's just going to be by themselves. Unstoppable will be used. They do have the Indestructible, so all this can go off. Indestructible will proc. And they'll be able to get out. But the thing is, you burned a lot for that. Indestructible, I think, is a 2-minute cooldown. Yep. So you get that's a long cooldown just to burn for I think that kind of poke there. But we'll see. As it looks like they're going to rotate down at this time. They get the stun onto the Sonya. I believe Nerves of Steel was used just right there. Poke coming out from Chromie. Overall, they're gonna back off of this. They don't want to take this fight without 20s, and I don't blame them at all. ETC going to be rotating. Oh my god, just this play here. This back and forth as it looks like they're going to be going ahead. Tracer going to be trying to blink forward to this, but sure, Sean Sheep going to be having some stall. Ooh, will it be their demise, though? Purification Salvo going to be coming out onto 2 of the members. Won't be connecting onto Malfurion. Silence going to be coming out as well, but that will be the Malfurion being killed here as 2 members falling extremely low. Arik going to be getting out with just 100 health there as it looks like Ghost Dunk trying to get onto Jet. Temporal Loop going to be going on into Osteel. Some poke damage, but not enough to get the kill. And Ghost Dunk will be falling here. Hanzo Arrow going to be going ahead, getting the stun there. Dragon Arrow going to be doing not enough, but just stalling them out as Thrall will be picked off. 2 for 1. Arc going to be the next one as I don't think the pulse round was even necessary. Blink going to be coming out from the ETC, just getting out of here. Power Slide will be there as well, but I think at this point, First Pick Nova should be able to rotate off and grab the Dragonite. I don't think they can split their assets here without potentially just sacrificing. And it's gonna be hard. I think they'll have everyone up for this by the time rotations come out and Dragonite's picked up. Hanzo might be up a little bit late. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to poke this. Phoenix by themselves. No, if Tracer's already got it. So it'll be the second Dragonite going over in favor for the members of First Pick Nova. They're just going to rotate this down into bottom lane. I don't blame them. It's been opened up by the last Dragonite they had, I do believe. And this will be exactly that. Hanzo going to be popping up in the next 6 seconds here while they have the Dragonite barreling down this bottom lane. This point, I wouldn't say it's final defense, but the one thing I do want to note, the Dragonite, it has scaled quite a bit. It's at 21 minutes into the game here. Does so much damage, especially sieging into buildings here. This poke damage is going to be coming out from Chromie. Nothing just yet. I'm kind of like waiting with bated breath here as Osteely staying out of that range from Chromie. Not gonna get any sort of sand dumped on them as we have Jet getting dove on by a couple of the members here. Purification Salvo going to be coming out. That is going to be hitting quite a few members. Silence out from the Malfurion will interrupt that at this time. There is going to be the Sundering as well. Jet going to be getting into that Temporal Loop, and the Chromie actually getting the combo out a little early there. There was the blink out from the Thrall as well. They get the keep, and I think at this point, first pick Nova, they're going to back off. And are they going for mid keep, or what's the play here? Malf didn't need to poke. I agree. Alright, so that's just going to be sand dumped onto the Dragonite. They're going to weaken this up a little bit, but I think they're just going to rotate off into their top lane. Dragonite going to be ending at this time. They go ahead and they get the top lane fort knocked down, but only getting that bottom lane keep. Not going in for the fight. Not going to be trying to go in for the core as well. 20s to 20s, though. I do want to note that. We have some significant power spikes for some people. The Ignore Pain from Sonya, very beneficial. Play of the game from the Hanzo is a huge talent for that hero. As well as the upgrade to Silence, I believe is cooldown reduction? Right, no, it's basically Blink. As well as I think the duration is increased as well. Goon Hots, thank you for the host of 17 people. Welcome to the games, everyone. We are currently in game number 1. These teams are, this is the do or die moment as it looks like we're going to have a huge fight in this bottom lane, and this is going to be the Purification Salvo coming onto so many of the members. There will be the Ice Block from the Malfurion, not going to be connecting onto them. Arc going to be so low here, that will be the Hanzo killed. That is going to be a Condemn going out, the Silence out from the Malfurion as a couple of the members getting a little bit low. Massive Shove coming out from the Stukov. That will be Thrall killed, so one for one trade. Root going to be coming out, and that is going to be Indestructible procced onto the Sonya. Knockback, though. Mongoose not going to be able to get out of here. They did pick up the camp. Silence will be out from the Stukov as they go ahead and they pick up the kill onto the Joanna. They start to turn this around. They get these 2 kills, and the big, what play do they make off of this? There's 3 forts available. They've got Catapult Pressure bottom. They need to put someone top. They need to act fast on the side of Modo Miracle. They have the opportunity for another Dragonite themselves. But they need to go ahead, they need to rotate someone into the top, they need to get someone into the bottom, they need to get someone in mid, and they need to make sure that someone's also zoning that mid so they don't get poked out and delayed for the until Thrall and Joanna are back in position. At this point, though, they're playing this a little bit slow. They're going to go ahead and they're just going to be clearing out bottom. They'll grab this altar. No one rotated top yet. Camp still pushing up here as well. It is just the mage, but still, it's sieges significantly. As it looks like they're going to go ahead and just utilize this time to just open up bottom lane a little bit more. Phoenix going to be rotated off into that top lane. Going to be having that capture over there. Hanzo back at this point. Going to be going ahead and getting the clear onto this bottom lane. Top lane did naturally fall, as it looks like Tracer will be getting that push back into mid, not allowing that to open up too much more. Bottom, though, they're just going to be held up by Modo Miracle at this point. Meanwhile, in mid, they start to regroup on the side of first pick Nova. All members back from death. All heroics are off cooldown as well, so we could see a big fight at this point. Hanzo is in top, and I do believe showing. This is actually the play that they want to look for on the side of first pick Nova. They're down a player. Now, they do have the Dragon Arrow with Play It Again. We'll kind of try and keep an eye on minimap, see if Hanzo utilizes that. They will go ahead and grab over bottom lane, as it looks like Hanzo will be grabbing over in top. At this point, it's going to be just traded out. We're going to have this back and forth between these two teams. Goon Joe. Goon, thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. Thank you for bringing everybody with you. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Hope your stream was phenomenal, my friend. Glad to have you hosting over, as we are going to be having Hanzo jumping over the wall. Tech going to be diving in with those blinks. They back right off of here. They do. Ooh. Sand going to be dumped onto 3 members there. They stacked around the Stukov. Top lane, though, looks like going to be Jet's going to be grabbing that. Tracer already in position for this. Can they rotate in time? That's the big question, and I don't think it's going to be happening. Just, the intensity. I think you can channel the Dragonite faster than you can channel a point. So that is going to be Dragonite picked up for the members of First Pick Nova. No keep in bottom lane. This is looks like how they're setting themselves up here.
Red team's core is under attack.
Looks like we're just going to have these teams kind of setting up at this point. Everyone's setting up, posturing for the defense as well as the aggression. Time Trap going to be on to the Dragonite. Starts right under the core. That is going to be core shielding, losing. And this Dragonite, it's 27 minutes into the game. It chunks so much. Purification Salvo going to be coming out. The Mosh Pit will be interrupting that. But meanwhile, Dragonite still attacking the core. It's going to be enough as it's going to be game number 1 going over to First Pick Nova. GG, well played. Nailed it. But really quickly, just to burn through the map bans for you guys. Inferno. So Coin Flip was won by First Pick Nova. They banned out Infernal Shrines. Cursed Hollow was then banned out by the members of Modo Miracle. First map was Dragonshire, as we just saw. That was won by the members of First Pick Nova. If you missed any of that game, go back and watch it. It's a long game, but it's a very, very good game. A lot of interesting plays between the two teams, and a lot of great fights, I do have to say. And now we're going to be going on to the map pick for Modo Miracle, giving First Pick First Ban over to the members of First Pick Nova as they ban out the Garrosh. I'm curious if we're going to be getting a Maiev ban. This has so far been similar, or I guess you could say the same as game number 1. What do we have here in the ban slot? Did they take out that Phoenix? That was actually kind of strong. There were a lot of team fights. They played around the slow from a lot of heroes, and they got a lot of value with the Purification Salvo. And that was actually something I talked a little bit about in draft, is you draft heroes alongside of that Phoenix, and you build around the Purification Salvo. And you saw in so many fights. Tech Ramman, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Thank you for the follow. So, Thrall ban, actually. And that's not a bad ban at all. I do think Thrall is extremely viable on a lot of maps, and especially with kind of the resurgence we've seen with him. Glad to see him back in the game. I think it's a lot of one of those things that, like, I think at a certain point a hero gets enough exposure within, I wouldn't, like, it doesn't have to be the meta. First Pick Nova has only dominated Team Skyark last place. Modo Miracle has been top team all season. Ooh. That is quite the upset, Zedek. That is quite the upset. I did not realize it was that big of a deficit between these two teams. The point standings have been shaken. Not stirred. That's a horrible. I'm disappointed in myself with that. All right, let's get into the rest of this draft. We are going to be having the Stukov picked up on the side of First Pick Nova, as it looks like they do not First Pick Nova once again. Never taking this team for casting ever again. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think I've ever actually casted a Nova. I can't remember, like, in the last 8 months if I really, like, have a competitive game. I don't think so. Like a serious competitive game. I've casted some meme games. Those are an absolute blast. But either way, Maiev Blaze going to be picked up here on the side of Modo Miracle. Strong solo laner, extremely strong assassin. How do they deal with this? How do they deal with this? I like the idea of a Medivh, but maybe a little bit later. I think the availability of portals could be extremely huge for a team if they know how to play around it. That's the big thing. Like, it's the execution that comes down with a lot of these heroes. If you want to talk like HGC meta-wise, like, there's a lot of heroes that I could just like sit there and list off and be like, oh, it's this and this and this and this and this. But this is the Nexus Gaming Series Division B. Like, we are going to be getting completely different picks, and we'll get some meta stuff, and we'll see some more popular heroes. But definitely Junkrat Phoenix going to be drafted up here first. I like the poke damage that comes out from Junkrat. Basically infinite poke. Phoenix, as we saw in the last game, was extremely powerful. Stukov is a strong asset for their team as well. I'm just curious what they're going to be building around that. I like the idea of them going into the Joanna once again, and then maybe a Sonya into that Blaze. Not a Sonya, excuse me. An Arthas, actually. I like the Arthas for the slow. I think there's a lot... No, they won't. I was like, Jaina? They ran triple assassin last game, and I was like, did they go Jaina? Would that mean that they would, like, Junkrat into Blaze? And I don't know about that. Either way, let's look at the ban-wise. I think you take out main tanks or solo laners, and I think personally you take out... Okay. I was actually thinking the ETC, but at the same time, they're going to probably want it with the Maiev. I think that's a lot of good setup. Oh, I don't know. You could even go like Tyrael here, at least on the side of first pick Nova. You could definitely get a lot of good control, especially also with Holy Ground at 13, as I confused it with like Varian's complete rework, right? Or is it? No, it's not 16. It's not, right? I'm not that bad at memorizing all the talents, right? Someone will correct me. My fear going to be banned out though on the side of first pick Nova. I don't disagree with this at all. They needed a healer on the side of Modo Miracle. Take that away. That is a strong hero to pair with the Maiev Blaze. They're gonna need a main tank. I personally like the idea of like some poke damage, some with like a mage. I love a Gul'dan personally. Jaina could be a huge setup for them, depending on what they go into with their main tank. Just trying to think of a lot of things that would just benefit the Maiev. The other thing to consider too is Li Ming. I mean, resets could be absolutely huge. There are a few squishy heroes on the side of first pick Nova, so realistically, grabbing like a Li Ming here wouldn't be horrible. I think Maiev could get enough members low enough and Li Ming can work on those resets, but they're going to go ahead and grab Muradin for their main tank. Brawl.
I shall do what I must.
And I agree with that. Her Royal Thickness going to be popping out here. Alexstrasza going to be joining the members of Modo Miracle. And as I said in the last game, Alexstrasza extremely powerful on point control maps. And yeah, I absolutely like the draft so far on the side of Modo Miracle. I think I actually said that last game too. But I need to maybe just kind of not think that at all, because, I mean, they have the Phoenix once again. I'm curious to see if it was, you know, just that one game, like what they're going to be pulling out. I really want to know what they have for these last two picks. I think it's, you want to pair something into that Phoenix, and once again, like, I like the idea of the Joanna. I think it hinders the Maiev a little bit here. You go ahead and you get the Umbra Bind, you just get the Condemn, so you kind of try and counteract that Umbra Bind tether just a little bit. I think the blinds can be huge as well. Oh, and they're going to go ETC. Interesting. I was thinking more along the lines of the Arthas. ETC does have slowing, and that's at 13, if I'm not mistaken. You can get a slow upgrade to your power slide. I do believe that is it. I'm just trying to think of things that will just pair into that Phoenix really well, that Planet Cracker. They had a lot of good setup. The other thing too, Condemn, or excuse me, Bless Shield, Mosh Pit, Planet Cracker, Junkrat just follow up with Riptire, anyone straggling, Stukov just silence anything underneath. That's an option. That is definitely an option. We'll see though. I mean, I feel like they might try and play the ETC in the solo lane into that Blaze. So we might see a different kind of kick coming out from him, maybe a stage dive. Last pick, though, on the side of Modo Miracle. I personally love it. I like a mage here. I think that it would be really, really powerful for them. And it's that Li Ming. That's exactly what I was thinking that they should go into. I think it works well with their Maiev. I think their Blaze Muradin combination to start that out is a lot of good just kind of control into the fight. You get some stuns from Muradin. You got some stuns from Blaze. You have a good disengage and engage from both of those members. Alexstrasza has the Dragon form. Overall, I think this is an extremely strong draft from Modo Miracle, but you have to consider ETC, power side, a lot of good crowd control from the cow. Stukov has that silence that it does split members away. Junkrat has the concussion mine. A lot of good assets coming out from both these teams. As we get into this, I'm really not sure who I would give it over to overall because, as I said kind of in the last game as we were loading in, I think that both these teams have really, really powerful, really good power spikes. Yo, Kriv! Let's see this Dragon Queen. All right, I'm going to test something really quick. I'm just going to go ahead and pause alerts and see if maybe I just hit play. They all just pop right through afterwards. We'll give it a shot here in just a second. And also just so you guys know, we do have, we do have the no alerts are on during casted gameplay, just so we can focus on the gameplay. And I also, so I don't get distracted, mostly. No, it's just so we get a pure gaming experience. So let's get into this. Game number 2 between First Pick Nova and Modo America on the left-hand side. Up one game, we are going to be having First Pick Nova with Steely on the Stukov. Jack going to be on that ETC. Larson going to be on the Phoenix. Mongoose going to be on the Joanna. And Tech going to be on that Junkrat. And on the right-hand side, we are going to be having Modo Miracle with Zombie Chris on the Muradin. Sir Sean Sheep going to be on the Alex Straza. Arik going to be on the Maiev. Ghost Dunk going to be on that Blaze. And Marad going to be rounding it out on the Li Ming. The Good Luck Have Fun's come out, and we are going to be getting into this as we have a full 5-member fight in mid lane. PTW, where's my Thai food? That's good. That was good. Good joke from game 1. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into this as we do currently have just some poke damage coming out from the Junkrat. Rotation to that solo lane at this point. Well, no, solo lane is technically bottom. I don't know. I was playing Hero League and like all of a sudden like solo lane was not bottom lane on Volskaya, which is really confusing to me. Mostly because of the fact that it's the solo lane because you can make rotations between top and mid fairly easily, and that's typically what we see. Either way, that's my own complaint. Let's get back into the game here, as we do currently have Jet going into Marad, and it looks like we actually have Junkrat going to be that solo laner into Ghost Dunk. I don't know how I feel about this. We'll try and check in on that as much as possible, as we do currently have these 5-member or 4-member rotations coming out in this top and mid here. Some poke damage coming out from Zombie Chris onto that backline a little bit. Umbra going to go on into 2 members here. Joanna going to go ahead and get the condemn, as it looks like Mongoose is going to have to pop the Iron Skin. Larson taking so much damage, going to get the blink right out of there, but that was a little worrisome, as they almost picked off one of the members there. Zombie Chris going to get the rotation over this wall. Gonna just hop onto Jet. It's going to be just the Marad with just those orbs just skating right on by, just barely. We do currently have Arik, though, in this top lane once again. And this is just going to be pretty much the rotations we're going to be seeing from this early game. I'll try and pop around and just see who's doing what. The other thing we can discuss at this time is some of the talents at level 1. And, oh, Arik not going to get that pull in. That Iron Skin is just going to be too much. We actually have a change here. We typically see put a little English on it. We're actually going to get the extra wound timers. Well, interesting. For a little extra kind of delay on that and have them sit a little bit longer. Something that's a little unexpected might be beneficial for the members of First Pick Nova. Otherwise, though, proc rack from the ETC, advanced targeting from the Phoenix. Alex Strauss are going to be going. Actually, flame buffet at level 1 is a little interesting. Typically, we do see the healing circle at 1 just for the extra, well, healing that you also get with that regen globe. Can be fairly powerful for the friendly team, but it's going to be this damage build coming out from Sir Sean Sheep. We do currently have Tech in bottom lane up against Ghost Dunk, doing fairly well, actually. I was expecting this lane to get a little bit more pushed in, but holding their own into the Blaze here, as we do have a rotation coming out. Next point, the first point will actually be unlocking here in the next 8 seconds. A couple of members going to be rotating down at this time, getting ready in position for it. The other thing to note really quickly is that the Maiev went into the Bonds of Justice at level 1, so went ahead and actually got that extra questing. Marad may be being scouted out for a rotation here. Looks like they want to try and get the pick onto Li Ming. And it looks like Li Ming will be leaving. They go ahead, and they're not going to be working on the healing camp, as it looks like Tech and Steely are going to be on the point for now. A couple members showing in top lane, so they can kind of contest this. And the best part about the map, you can just AFK right in the corner. But I do like how they're playing the Junkrat. They put a couple of their he's utilized the trap as well as the concussion mine in these top 2 positions, so you can go ahead and see the rotation. No one would really want to rotate in from this bottom position, mostly because of the fact that it has that conveyor belt, so you'd be running against it. Definitely like the way they're utilizing that, as 7s are fairly achievable for. They're actually going to be achievable for both of them at almost the exact same time. You do have that Blaze playing in the mid lane. First pick Nova handing Modo Miracle their first loss of the season. Jason, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. I gotta say, that's it. I did not know that. That's interesting. Oh, MM already lost to roll 1. But let's get into this. We got a little bit of a fight here. Zombie Chris taking quite a bit of damage. The healing circle going to be out at this time. Jet going to be getting that power slide on the back line. Zombie Chris a little bit low here. Going to need to get out, as that will be the healing circle coming out from the Alexstrasza in the dragon form. They're going to start to turn this around a little bit. Mongoose going to have to back off. There will be the Umbral Bind onto Larson. Going to get that blink out just fine. There will be the lurking arm out from the Stukov, forcing some of these members out, as Jet is going to be hitting a little bit low themselves. They start to regroup right onto this point. Mongoose gonna have to pop that Iron Skin, as it looks like the concussion mine comes out from the Junkrat knockback from Jet. Keep themselves safe here. They're gonna rotate this well. Mongoose, I don't think, has it available, as it looks like this will be kind of the last, I wouldn't say the last dance, but they, oh, I was expecting someone to get onto that as quickly as possible, but they're going to stall this out, but Steely isn't going to be able to get there in time, or at least get out of there. Joanna's going to be falling at this time. Jet going to be the next one. I said that wrong, but I was just like, you know what? There's too many things happening at once. We can't correct ourselves. We do lose the 2 tanks at this time, and this will also be the first Trigloff Protector for Modo Miracle, playing this game a lot more aggressive than we saw in the last game. Really pushing into a couple of these members, also opening up this lane, and they're going to start a point, excuse me, I would say XP advantage in their favor, as they're starting to just get away with this a little bit. About a half-level lead, but they might be able to change that over to a level if they can open up top. This is the one play that I really like from a lot of teams on a map like this, is going ahead and opening up the top lane first with the Trigloff Protector. They already did it to mid, that's fine, but taking out the well, as you just saw, opening this up, makes it a lot more difficult for them to contest the next one that will be in top. Sound's going to be going on to Sir Sean Sheep. They're going to be able to back off of here just fine. Mongo's going to get the blind onto a couple of them. Looks like Alexstrasza will be finishing that flame buff at level 1, so going to be going ahead and getting that extra cooldown reduction. I don't know it off the top of my head, I do apologize. As it looks like we're just going to go ahead and they open up mid lane a little bit. They open up top lane quite a bit more. They take out that well, giving themselves a little bit more sustain, as Larson trying to do the exact same thing in bottom, just making sure that that deficit isn't going to be growing too much. It's looking like about a level, but at this time they're going to need to take a fight early if they can. Otherwise, they're going to have to back off, and that's exactly going to be it. 10's now achieved for the members of Modo Miracle. Going to be having Wave of Force out from the Liming, Bunker from the Blaze, Cleansing Flame from the Alexstrasza, Warden's Cage from the Maiev, and we're going to be having Avatar from the Muradin. And they're going to play this a little aggressive. I got to say, Modo Miracle coming back in game number 2 here, playing this real quick, playing this at their pacing. It looks like they're forcing the members of First Pick Nova to kind of respond to a lot of things. But if we want to kind of recount last game, this is, I would say, reminiscent. This feels, you know, the same pacing, the same kind of advantage. These fights so far, but Jack going to be knocking a couple of the members back. They have 10s as well on the side of First Pick Nova. Purification Salvo from the Phoenix, Riptire from the Junkrat, Blessed Shield from the Joanna. Meanwhile, Phoenix once again pushing up that bottom lane quite a bit more as they're kind of focused around this top. ETC going for that stage dive, so we are going to see them a little bit more aggressive in this way. And Stukov going to be having that massive shove as well. So just that single target disengage, as it looks like they go ahead and they grab this support camp. They're not going to be invading it because they did have that Phoenix who was pushing up bottom lane a little bit more, opening this up, trying to get some more experience and push them into those 10s. As we also just want to quickly note, ETC finishing those proc rock stacks, going to be extremely powerful for a team going into the next Trigloff Protector phase here. Those D shields were driving me crazy. All right, I'm catching up on what you guys are talking about, just making sure it's nothing, like I'm not missing some great information about the game, as we actually do have some scouting coming out from Tech. Poke gonna be out from Sure Sean Sheep. And it looks like this will be the top lane Trigloff Protector available for both teams here. A little bit more so, I will say, in favor for the members of Modo Miracle, mostly because they do have that little extra sustain in this top lane area, as we do actually have ETC, and this is the play I really, really like from teams. Okay, never mind. I was going to say ETC just plays that bottom lane. He just stage dives in when needed, but at this time, he's just going to rotate into mid. And I guess just make sure this isn't going to be pushed up too much, as they do have the point becoming available. Only Murden going to be on this. And tested between both teams. Trigloff Protector going to be going over so far. Yeah, they're going to start making charge on the side of Modo Miracles. The rest of the team has rotated up at this time. ETC still laning in that mid, looking for those 13s. Junkrat going to be getting the root onto the Murden, but nothing just yet. I don't know if they're trying to play for the 13. Are they waiting for the ETC? I don't know what they're trying to what they're playing for on the set of First Pick Nova. Stukov did finish the level 4 questing talent. As it looks like, yeah, they're going to be going ahead and just playing this back and forth. This will be held over for the majority on the side of Modo Miracle, and I don't think they're going to be able to rush to 13 here on the side of First Pick Nova. It's a little risky what they're doing at this point. They have to get onto this point, otherwise, yeah, that's going to be another Trigloff Protector going over in favor for the members of Modo Miracle. That also will be Murden and Maiev in this. They're going to go ahead and get some damage out, actually, under a couple of these members. That hand almost getting onto Mongoose or even Tech. That was pretty close there, but 13 is going to be almost simultaneously achieved for both teams. We are going to be having ETC going into that face melt with the slow. That is the one thing I was noting in draft. That is that 13 talent. So that will be helping out the friendly team quite a bit, I think, with the Purification Salvo. As do we have a stage dive? Because that also has a slow as well. Doesn't look like we're going to have that anytime soon. I'm going to be going ahead and just working on this mid lane, opening this up a little bit more. Now, the next lane to have the Trigloff Protector will be bottom lane. Doesn't look like they're going to be playing for that. As Jet falling extremely low, going to be falling to the Trigloff Protector. That Gunner Seat going to be doing quite a bit of damage. As it looks like Mongoose going to be getting quite low as well. Going to be popping the Iron Skin there. And it looks like mid lane is going to be dropping a fort, as the Trigloff Protector will be picking up top lane fort as well as mid lane. Pushing a little bit further. Ooh, a lot of damage going on to Larson. Not going to be enough to get that kill. No reset for Murad at this time. But meanwhile, though, bottom lane, Ghost Dunk going to be pushing this up quite a bit. Trying just to open this up, make it a little bit more difficult for them to take this next Trigloff Protector. And they're also starting to just get a nice experience gap between these two teams. They know they got to fight this, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and try it as the ETC goes ahead and stage dives in. We have the Purification Salvo coming out. Dragon Form is going to be used by Sershan Sheep. The Riptire is going to be out from the Junkrat, but Blaze is going to drop that bunker. Silence going to be coming out as well. Mongoose is going to be a little bit low, and this time Alex Strauss is going to be jumping into the Cleansing Flame as they do lose the Joanna. That's a reset for the Li Ming. They're going to start chasing here. Zombie Chris going to get that stun on to Larson, but it won't be enough for the kill as Sershan Sheep comes back down from the Cleansing Flame, but they went ahead and get that kill onto the Joanna. That is huge for them. Pushes them a little bit closer into that 16 range, as well as gets a little bit more of a dominance onto this map. They're able to go ahead and just rotate a little bit more comfortably, maybe even take some aggressive camps with that kill. But they're going to go ahead, rotate into this bottom lane, pick up the fort, and just go ahead and have that advantage in the bottom lane for this next Trigloff Protector. And it looks like they're just going to go ahead and play this a little bit safe. 14 to 16 at this time. Not many camps available. They went ahead and got their left side camp. They're going to be rotating up at this time. I think they know that this camp is going to be picked up, but they go ahead, they finish it out, and I think they're able to get out of here just in time. They want to take this fight as best they can, but we're going to be having Tech just get some poke damage onto a couple of them. Jet going to be needing the power slide right out of there. There will be the concussion mine slowing Arik down. Going to just continue to poke out. Just that extended timer. I was just looking at the, the grenades that are coming out. Like, they take so long. You kind of like, if you play with enough Junkrats, you know, like, you know when to kind of expect it. And here it's just like, it's, oh yeah, there it is. But either way, they're going to be mowing down mid lane a little bit more, taking out that gate fairly easily. Meanwhile, though, top lane is going to get pushed up by ETC, trying to work for those 16s as quickly as possible. Now, the stage dive is available. Just going to go ahead and utilize the hearth to get out of here. I don't think they're able to scout this out in time. ETC will get out. The rest of the members, though, looking for him, just dumping some damage in the corners here, making sure that ETC, if hearthing in those bushes, was going to be getting caught out, but that won't be the case. Now, the next terminal is going to be activating in this bottom lane in the next 30 seconds. There's a possibility for them to get 16s, but I don't think it's going to be happening right away. They do rotate ETC into the top lane. Stage dive is available, so they'll probably utilize that. All the heroics are off cooldown at this time. But it's 15 to 17. Modo Miracle having this talent tier advantage, as well as this about 2-level lead. It's a little bit hard to play into this, so they're going to go ahead. They grab the fortification camp. They scout out this one over here, but I don't... Ooh, they jump onto it. The Warden's Cage is going to come out, but... Actually, they're going to get a couple members pulled back into here. Blaze going to be dropping the bunker at this time. Will be the knockback. They do get Mongoose out of here. That will be Riptire as well. Quite a few heroics being used as ETC is still in that top lane. Managed to grab 16s at this time. Do we have opposing presence from both of them? Okay. All right. This team's, they're posturing at this point. We do currently have charge going over in favor for the members of Modo Miracle. ETC still in that mid, can stage dive in at any point. We're going to look to see when they go in on this. They do have that fortification camp pushing. Just having that gun right there is just a little bit extra of a nuisance. They have the pustule spreading out, getting that healing. Currently going to have that little bit of healing circle coming out from Sir Sean Sheep. Mongoose going to be moving in at this time. Condemn coming out. Unstoppable is going to be used, but Zombie Chris going to be fighting a couple members over on the side. ETC going to go ahead and get that stage dive in. We currently have Power Slide out. There's going to be the Purification Salvo coming out on a couple of members. Sir Sean Sheep will be the first one to fall, as it looks like Mongoose is going to be the next. Looks like we do lose the Joanna and the Stukov, but that is also, excuse me, the Stukov and the ETC and the Phoenix. This looks like it's going to be a Triglav Protector in favor for the members of Modo Miracle, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see them go for a keep, if not more, with the death timers being this long. Bottom lane has the gate, but here's the thing, remember? Mid was opened up quite a bit ago. They mowed down that lane. Doesn't look... I was actually... I would assume that they're going to be going into mid, and I think, yeah, that's going to be exactly it. Tech going to be trying to poke out as much as they can. Not going to be enough to whittle down this Triglav Protector too quickly, because it looks like they have the stun going to be going out onto the building. Going to continue to mow this down, and that will be the first keep of the game, falling in favor for the members of Modo Miracle. A couple members will be popping in just a second here. Majority of the team up in less than 10. It looks like they're going to be setting their sights on the core here as they do get the stun onto it. They're going to start poking it out. The shield is going to be falling a little bit here. They lose the shields. They're going to start doing percentage-based damage onto the core. Lurking Arm right underneath them, as it looks like they're going to be trying to just take this down. They want to burn this down before the Punisher, the Triglav Protector falls. That will be the Purification Salvo being used. ETC going to go ahead and use the stage dive, but that will be right onto the bunker, as it looks like the core is falling even more. That will be game number 2 going over to Modo Miracle. GG, well played.